Hi, I'm Diana Falzone, and this is 4for4. Allison Williams is taking heat for an incredibly graphic sex scene she just filmed on Girls. Chris, is anything off limits on television now?
Well, it's pay TV, so we'll give him that, but it's still, I cannot believe what I'm seeing on the screen in my home. I have 3 kids, I just want to take the flat screen, unplug it, turn it into a coffee table, and do like puppet shows on it.
Shadow
puppets. Little bunnies hopping through the woods.
Return to family values.
Yes, return to family values.
You're right. Can you imagine the reaction of the kid that accidentally saw this when their parents were watching it? Mom, Dad, what's that guy doing to Peter Pan?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, absolutely nothing is off limits anymore. So now that this has happened, one can only imagine what's coming down the pipeline next.
That's right. When they keep pushing the boundaries, there really aren't a lot of boundaries anymore. Nothing is off limits. And they used to say that nudity, they would agree to do it if it fit the plot line and it was in good taste. And these days, they're all trying to outdo each other, so you never know what's next.
It's NYPD Blue's fault. They were the first ones. I'm looking right at you, bunts.
We just interviewed Kathleen Rose Perkins, who is starring on the show Episodes, and she said that getting naked is cool, and all the cool kids in Hollywood, like the famous ones, are doing it. So that explains a lot. Woody Allen just signed a deal for a show on Amazon.com. What's next? Steven Spielberg on Crackle? Carly, is streaming content a fad or the future of what we know as television?
No, this is absolutely here to stay. I mean, just look at the success of Transparent at the Golden Globes, and then you have shows like Orange is the New Black and, of course, House of Cards. These are all really heavy-hitting shows that everybody's talking about. So the internet, shows on the internet is absolutely what's present in the moment, and thank God for that, because we are on the internet. So maybe a Golden Globe is in our future next year.
That's
big
right.
time.
Get
Or
your
let's
acceptance speeches
go for
ready.
the Oscar.
I just want a Webby.
Yes,
Just a Webby.
There you go. Yes, no, the viewing landscape has changed for a while now, and Netflix started to get attention last year, and I think a lot of people are trying to get on board with that. And you have a lot of movie stars doing TV these days. So the next step, doing some online. So if movie stars do it, then directors will do it.
I think Woody Allen and the big names like him, even with his weird checkered past, I think that might be a fad. I think you might see that go down a little bit. But as far as streaming media, it's here to stay.
Well, look at the interview, how well it did on YouTube. So that is a little glimpse into our future, although I like consistency. I like to know when my Lifetime movie airs every 8 p.m. on Sunday nights. 2.5 years after Ann Curry got fired from the Today Show, she finally got divorced from its parent company, NBC News. Ashley, what do you think of her new production deal?
Yes, this new deal she reportedly has with NBC Universal to continue programming content for NBC and other outlets. It just seems like it was sort of a parting gift. It was hard to say goodbye. It was a long goodbye.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to say goodbye to $12 million a year when you're on air about every 2 months. I understood the sympathy for her, the way she got fired from NBC and the way that Matt Lauer allegedly treated her, but I never quite got Ann Curry, and I'm not sure what Ann Curry as a brand is going to bring to another outlet.
Yeah, but I am surprised that it took Ann Curry this long to leave NBC News. It's sort of like living with your husband after you get a divorce. It's just awkward. So I think this was a long time coming.
My guess is we're going to see her going into the digital medium, the digital space, and if she's smart, she'll team up and go to Yahoo and just leave NBC behind altogether.
Yeah.
And her and Katie Couric can dominate as, get this, guys, Katie and Curry.
Oh,
right? I want
done.
10%, maybe 15, maybe 20. I'm not sure yet, but my lawyer will get back to you. Nick Jonas was tricked into playing Who'd You Rather among his exes, Miley, Selena, and Demi. Carly, did he choose wisely?
He absolutely chose wisely. He chose to marry Demi, kiss Selena, and leave Miley. Obviously, you're going to leave the train wreck. She'd be the first one I'd boot off the island.
How much is Miley worth?
160 million.
How much are the others worth?
A lot less.
A lot less.
It's not all about money.
Maybe you marry Miley for a couple of years. You marry her for a couple of years. You don't sign the prenup. Then, you go after Demi. I guess.
I say hate the game, not the player. I think there was no right answer for this guy doing this with your exes. There's just no right answer here.
Bingo.
He is dating Miss Universe, also formerly Miss USA, Olivia Culpo,
Poor
and
guy.
I think she seems like the jealous type, to use your song title. So he probably had a little bit of heat there. That's what we think. Tell us what you think on Twitter and use the hashtag Fox4One so we can defend ourselves.